There's an invisible thief in the homes of millions of men over 50. It's silent. It's patient. It doesn't steal your television or the watch from your nightstand. It steals something you can't replace. It steals your manhood, your energy when you wake up in the morning, your drive to build, to compete, to live fully, your confidence in the boardroom and, yes, in the bedroom, and the most shocking part, the part that most men refuse to believe. You invited this thief in. You open the door for it every single day, treat it like an old friend, and offer it your most valuable possession, your vitality. This thief isn't a person. It's a series of seemingly harmless everyday habits, routines so deeply ingrained in our lives that we never stop to question them. We write off feeling tired, weak, gaining weight, or feeling less interested in intimacy as just an inevitable part of getting older. But I'm here to tell you that is the biggest lie you've been sold. It is not your age. It is your habits. These are the silent saboteurs, quietly and systematically wrecking your testosterone levels, constricting your blood flow like a boa constrictor, and draining the very life force you need to thrive. Today, we drag this thief into the light. We are going to expose its entire playbook. We're counting down the 8 most destructive habits that men over 50 must stop immediately. But more importantly, we're going to expose the thief's #1 weapon, its master key. The single habit that makes all the others 10 times more lethal. And the chilling part is, many of you are in its grip right now as you watch this video. Before we dive into this, I have a quick question to get us started. Which country are you watching from today? Drop it in the comments below. It's always incredible to see this global community of men who are ready to take back control. And if you're one of them, if you're ready to stop guessing and start taking real effective action, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Our mission here is simple: to give you the clear, no-nonsense, science-backed advice to make these years your strongest, most vital years. All right, the investigation begins. We start with number 8. Habit 8, neglecting the foundation. Let's start with something so basic it feels almost insulting: water. We all know we should drink more, but we treat it like a friendly suggestion, not a biological command. For a man over 50, this isn't just a minor oversight. It's a catastrophic strategic error in managing your body's core functions. The real danger isn't the dehydration you feel after mowing the lawn on a hot day. It's the silent, creeping, low-grade chronic dehydration. It's the state of being just 1–2% below your optimal fluid level, day in and day out. You don't feel desperately thirsty, but inside, your entire operating system is running in low-power mode. So how does this directly sabotage your performance in the bedroom? It comes down to one simple, brutal word: pressure. Think of an erection as a pure hydraulic event. It is plumbing, plain and simple. It requires powerful, high-pressure blood flow to achieve and maintain. But when you're dehydrated, your blood physically changes. It becomes thicker, more viscous. Imagine trying to pump syrup through a garden hose instead of water. That's what your heart is up against. It can't generate the necessary pressure to pump that sludge effectively into the fine, delicate blood vessels where you need it most. You're asking your body to perform a high-pressure function with low-pressure fluid. The system is designed to fail, but the damage goes deeper. Your blood is the delivery truck for everything: oxygen, nutrients, hormones. When it's thick and slow, every cell in your body is getting delayed shipments. This is why you feel fatigued and get brain fog. Your brain cells are literally starving for oxygen. Your muscles can't repair properly. And your kidneys and prostate become irritated, which can lead to inflammation and those annoying, frequent trips to the bathroom at night. Here's a pro tip. It's not just about water, it's about electrolytes. Think of electrolytes like sodium and potassium as the little batteries that help your cells actually absorb and use the water. Many men are not only dehydrated, but also electrolyte depleted. The fix? Start your day with a large glass of water. but add a tiny pinch of high-quality sea salt or a squeeze of lemon. This isn't about making it salty. It's about giving the water the electrical charge it needs to hydrate you on a cellular level. Your goal is pale yellow urine throughout the day. That's the color of a well-oiled, high-performance machine. But listen, even if you are perfectly hydrated, with blood flowing like a river, it won't save you from the physical compression and circulation lockdown caused by our number one habit, the one most of us are trapped in for 8+ hours a day. We'll get to that. First, let's talk about what you're doing at the gym. Habit 7, believing cardio is the only exercise you need. The treadmill, the elliptical, the long walk, or the steady jog. For decades, men have been programmed to believe that cardio is the beginning and end of exercise for health, and it is critically important for your heart and blood vessels. But if cardio is the only tool in your toolbox, you are actively, though unintentionally, sabotaging your own masculinity. Here's the harsh truth. After age 30, your body initiates a program called sarcopenia. It's a fancy word, but its meaning is terrifying. Your body literally begins to eat its own muscle tissue for energy. If you're not actively fighting back against this process, you are losing the very organ of vitality. Yes, I called muscle an organ, because that's how you need to think of it. It's your body's metabolic engine, and it's a crucial endocrine or hormone-producing organ. More muscle mass sends a powerful hormonal signal to your brain and testes, we are strong, we are capable, keep the testosterone factory running at full capacity. Less muscle sends a weak, frail signal, and the factory slows production. But there's an even more sinister process at play here. Muscle is your body's primary storage tank for glucose, blood sugar. The more muscle you have, the more sugar you can suck out of your bloodstream after a meal, keeping your insulin levels low and stable. When you lose muscle, you lose this storage capacity. The sugar has nowhere to go, so your body pumps out insulin to store it as fat, specifically that dangerous visceral belly fat. And this belly fat is not just inactive weight. It's a rogue hormone-disrupting organ. It is an estrogen factory. It's packed with an enzyme called aromatase, which has one job: to find your precious testosterone molecules and chemically convert them into the female hormone, estrogen. Let that sink in. The less muscle you have, the more belly fat you gain, and that fat literally feminizes you on a hormonal level by stealing your testosterone. Relying only on cardio accelerates this process. The antidote is resistance training. You must pick up heavy things 2 to 3 times a week. This doesn't mean you need to train for Mr. Olympia. It means challenging your muscles to failure. Now you might be thinking, I have bad knees, I can't do heavy squats. That's an excuse. You can do body weight exercises. You can use resistance bands. The key principle is progressive overload. Simply aim to do a little more each time, 1 more rep, a slightly heavier weight. You must send the signal to your body, build, don't decay. But even a man with peak muscle mass can have his efforts completely nullified if he's practicing the next destructive habit every single night. Habit 6, the nightcap ritual. A glass of whiskey, a craft beer, or a nice red wine to unwind before bed. It feels earned. It feels relaxing. It's a complete and utter lie. That nightly drink isn't a gentle lullaby for your nervous system. It's a hormonal hand grenade you're swallowing with a smile. Yes, alcohol is a sedative. It will make you feel drowsy and help you fall asleep faster. But the quality of the sleep you get is absolute garbage. Alcohol systematically bulldozes the most restorative stages of your sleep architecture, particularly deep sleep and REM sleep. Why is this a disaster for men? Because deep sleep is when your body's repair crew comes out. It's when you physically heal. Critically, it's during these deep sleep cycles that your pituitary gland pulses out growth hormone and gives the green light to your testes to produce the vast majority of your daily testosterone. When you have that drink, you are essentially calling the foreman of your testosterone factory, and telling him to shut down production for the most important shift of the night. You wake up feeling groggy and unrefreshed, not just because you're tired, but because you are hormonally depleted from the start. But it gets worse. There's a rebound effect. As your liver processes the alcohol in the middle of the night, the sedative effect wears off, and your body releases a surge of cortisol and adrenaline to counteract it. This is why so many men who drink before bed find themselves wide awake at 3 a.m., heart racing, mind buzzing with anxiety. You've traded 1 hour of easy sleep for 4 hours of fragmented, stressful non-rest. And if that weren't enough, alcohol also fires up that dreaded aromatase enzyme we just talked about, the one that turns your tea into estrogen. So that single drink is a triple threat. It stops production, it converts what you have into the wrong hormone, and it fragments your sleep with a cortisol spike. You think this habit is bad? Combine it with habit number 5, and you're not just shutting down the factory, you're actively pouring gasoline on the fire that's burning it down. Habit 5, fueling your body with ultra-processed foods. We live in a world of convenience, surrounded by boxes, bags, and frozen meals that promise food in minutes. But let's be honest, it's not food. It's a food-like product, an edible substance engineered in a laboratory with a single goal: to hijack your brain's reward centers and make you buy more. And in the process, it's creating a raging, invisible fire inside your body. The word you absolutely must understand is inflammation. These ultra-processed items, loaded with refined sugars, industrial seed oils, and a laundry list of chemical additives, are seen by your immune system as foreign invaders. This triggers a constant, low-grade immune response, a chronic, simmering inflammation that smolders throughout your entire body, day after day. This internal fire scorches the delicate, single-cell thick lining of your blood vessels, called the endothelium. A healthy endothelium is smooth and flexible. An inflamed one becomes scarred, stiff, and sticky, which is the foundational cause of plaque buildup, high blood pressure, and catastrophic for erectile function. The plumbing gets rusty and clogged from the inside out. Hormonally, this is a state of emergency. Your body interprets this constant inflammation as a crisis, like a chronic infection. In a crisis, your body diverts all its resources to survival. The last things on its priority list are building muscle, having a libido, or being energetic. It's in survival mode. So, the brain sends a signal down the chain of command to drastically downregulate testosterone production. Why would the body invest in long-term vitality when it thinks it's fighting for its life right now? This is why you can't outtrain a bad diet. You're trying to build a house while the foundation is on fire. Okay, I want you to do something for me right now. No, really, I'm serious. Pause this video, walk to your pantry or your fridge, and find the one food item with the craziest, longest, most unpronounceable ingredient list. Come back here and tell me in the comments what it is. The most shocking one will get a pinned comment. This isn't just for fun. This is the first step to identifying the enemy in your own home. And this enemy becomes exponentially more powerful when you combine it with our next habit. Habit 4, skimping on sleep. I only need 5 hours a night. Sleep is for the weak. I'll sleep when I'm dead. In our modern hustle culture, we wear sleep deprivation like a badge of honor. This is, without exaggeration, pure biological insanity. For a man over 50, treating sleep as a negotiable luxury is like taking a sledgehammer to your hormonal health every single night. We've already established how alcohol destroys sleep quality. But let's talk about the brutal impact of insufficient sleep quantity. Remember, your testosterone factory runs the night shift. Your body operates on a strict 24-hour clock, your circadian rhythm. Testosterone production is not a steady drip. It happens in powerful pulses during the deep sleep cycles that occur in the later part of the night. When you cut your sleep from the recommended 7 to 8 hours to a mere 5 or 6, you are literally chopping off the most productive hours of the factory's shift. You are leaving testosterone on the table every single night. Research from the University of Chicago is terrifying. They took healthy young men in their 20s and restricted their sleep to 5 hours a night for just 1 week. The result? Their daytime testosterone levels plummeted by 10–15%. That's the equivalent of aging them 10 to 15 years in a single week. Now, imagine the devastating effect on a 55-year-old man whose levels are already naturally lower. But here's the killer mechanism. Lack of sleep sends your body's primary stress hormone, cortisol, through the roof. Think of testosterone and cortisol as mortal enemies on a hormonal seesaw. They are made from the same raw materials. When your body is under stress and sleep deprivation is a massive stressor, it prioritizes making cortisol. It literally steals the building blocks that would have been used for testosterone and diverts them to the cortisol pathway. When cortisol is high, testosterone must be low. It's a biological law. High cortisol also signals your body to store fat, especially that T-killing belly fat, and to break down muscle tissue for emergency fuel. So by skipping sleep, you're creating the perfect hormonal storm for weakness, fat gain, and a vanishing libido. You wouldn't start a long road trip with your car's gas tank only a third full. Yet you're doing that to your body every single day. Prioritizing 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep isn't lazy. It is the single most productive, masculine, and powerful thing you can do. Habit 3, bottling up stress. We were raised with the archetype of the strong, silent type. The man who could weather any storm without showing emotion. Suck it up, don't complain, bury the stress deep down. This stoicism doesn't make you strong. It makes you a human pressure cooker with a faulty release valve. And that constant, unmanaged, simmering pressure is slowly and methodically boiling your vitality away. Let's be clear about the biology. Your nervous system is ancient. It cannot tell the difference between the stress of facing a predator and the stress of a looming deadline, a traffic jam, or a conflict with your spouse. The response is identical. Fight or flight, a massive flood of cortisol and adrenaline. Your heart pounds, your blood pressure soars, and your body prepares for immediate physical danger. This is a brilliant system for short-term survival. But our modern stressors aren't short-term. They are chronic. You're not running from a tiger for 5 minutes. You're stewing in financial anxiety for 5 years. This means your body is marinating in a corrosive bath of stress hormones 24/7. And as we've now firmly established, cortisol murders testosterone. It's the hormone of catabolism, breaking down, while testosterone is the hormone of anabolism, building up. They cannot coexist in high amounts. But let's get even more physical. Where do you hold your stress? In your shoulders, your neck, your jaw, and in your pelvic floor. When you're chronically stressed, you are constantly, unconsciously clenching the hammock of muscles at the base of your pelvis. These are the muscles that control blood flow to the penis. Chronically tight pelvic muscles physically squeeze the life out of the blood vessels and can even irritate the nerves responsible for erection. You are literally choking off your own blood supply from the inside out because of stress you refuse to release. The solution is not to eliminate stress. That's impossible. The solution is to build a better release valve. You must find a way to let the steam out of the cooker. This could be intense exercise, which burns off stress hormones. It could be a simple 5-minute box breathing practice. It could be talking honestly with a trusted friend. Bottling it up is not a sign of strength. It's a form of slow, silent, biological self-destruction. Habit 2, accepting social isolation as normal. As men age, our worlds have a tendency to shrink. Retirement severs daily ties with colleagues. Kids move out and start their own lives. Friends may move away or pass on. It's easy, almost natural, to slip into a comfortable but dangerous isolation, accepting it as an inevitable part of getting older. This is a profound and dangerous error. Humans are a tribal species. We are biologically hardwired for connection. Socializing isn't just fun. It is a non-negotiable biological nutrient, as essential as protein or vitamin D. In a landmark study, researchers concluded that chronic loneliness and social isolation can be as damaging to your long-term health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Let that sink in. 15 cigarettes. Why? Because your ancient nervous system interprets isolation as the ultimate threat. For our ancestors, being separated from the tribe was a death sentence. So when you are lonely, your brain triggers the exact same cortisol-dumping, testosterone-crushing stress response we just talked about. It's a constant low-grade state of threat. The antidote is connection. Positive social interaction, laughing with a friend, sharing a meal, working on a project together, releases a powerful hormone called oxytocin. Oxytocin is the bonding hormone, and it is the direct chemical antagonist to cortisol. It tells your nervous system that you are safe, that you are part of a tribe. When you feel safe, your body can finally switch out of survival mode and back into thrive mode, prioritizing things like immune function, digestion, and yes, testosterone production. You have to fight for your social life with the same intensity you'd fight a disease. Now, you might be thinking, I'm an introvert, I don't like big groups. This isn't about being the life of the party. It's about having one or two authentic connections. Your mission this week is to call one person you haven't spoken to in 6 months, just to say hello. Do not allow your world to shrink. Do not accept loneliness as your fate. It's a choice, and it's a choice that has a direct and powerful impact on the hormones that make you a man. And now, for the number one habit, the master habit, the one that acts as a sinister force multiplier for all the others we've just discussed. This is the big one. This is the invisible thief's primary weapon of choice. Habit 1, the vitality vampire, living a sedentary life. The number one habit that is silently and relentlessly destroying the health and vitality of modern men is not a food, it's not a drink, and it's not a mindset. It is a piece of furniture. It is the chair you are likely sitting in right at this moment. I call this habit the vitality vampire, and it is draining the life from you 1 hour at a time, and you don't even feel the bite. We now have irrefutable scientific evidence that sitting for prolonged periods is an independent risk factor for virtually every chronic disease known to man. It is the modern equivalent of smoking. When you sit, the largest and most metabolically active muscles in your body, your legs and your glutes, completely switch off. The electrical activity in them flatlines. Instantly, your metabolism plummets. Your body's ability to pull sugar from the bloodstream drops precipitously, leading to insulin resistance. Your circulation, especially in your lower body, slows to a crawl. You are physically compressing the entire critical system, nerves, arteries, and veins, responsible for your prostate health and your sexual function. You are creating a stagnant, low oxygen, low blood flow swamp in your pelvis. Day after day, you are literally putting a kink in the hose that delivers life-giving blood to your manhood. Furthermore, sitting is the primary pump for your lymphatic system, your body's garbage disposal network. Without movement, metabolic waste just pools in your tissues. But here is the critical point. Here is why this is the master habit. The vitality vampire makes every single other bad habit exponentially worse. When you sit all day, your body and brain crave cheap, quick energy to overcome the lethargy, so you reach for the processed junk foods and sugary drinks. Habit number 5. Sitting makes you feel stiff, achy, and stressed, which makes you far more likely to crave that alcoholic nightcap to numb the discomfort. Habit number 6. A sedentary body leads to a restless mind and disrupts sleep architecture, directly causing poor sleep. Habit number 4. When you feel physically drained from sitting, you lack the energy and motivation to go out and socialize, feeding isolation. Habit number 2. Here is the brutal truth. A 30-minute workout in the morning does not undo the damage of sitting for the next 8 hours. You cannot offset this. The only solution is to fight the vampire all day long with frequent small battles. You must break the cycle. Stand up every 30, 60 minutes. Set a timer. When it goes off, stand up. Do 10 simple bodyweight squats right where you are. Walk around the house during a phone call. Take the stairs. Park farther away. These are not cute suggestions. This is your new survival strategy. You must slay the vitality vampire by refusing to be still. So, there you have it. The 8 primary weapons the invisible thief uses to rob you of your vitality, and his master weapon, the chair, the vitality vampire. This information can feel overwhelming, but I want you to see it as empowering. You now have the enemy's playbook. You know exactly what to do. This isn't about being perfect overnight. It's about fighting back. It's about evicting the thief from your house, one habit at a time. I want you to pick one, just one of these habits, and make it your mission this week to improve it by just 10%. That's it. Stand up a few more times, drink 2 more glasses of water, swap 1 processed snack for an apple. Small battles win the war. You are in the driver's seat. Your best, most vital, most powerful years are not behind you. They are in front of you, waiting for you to claim them, full of the energy, strength, and confidence you deserve. We've just spent this time covering the 8 critical habits you absolutely must stop. But this is only half of the battle plan. What about the powerful habits you need to start tomorrow morning to immediately begin rebuilding and boosting your energy and testosterone? That is the entire focus of next week's video, and you do not want to miss the other half of this crucial equation. So hit that subscribe button right now and turn on all notifications. It's time to stop the bleeding. Next week, we start rebuilding the fortress. Thank you for watching.